Hello, the Pioneer viewers. As you know, our agenda is the Russia-Ukraine war. The war continues on the front line, but it's all reality. Many analyses and statements are being made regarding the war process. The Russian-Ukrainian war, which occupies an important place on the world agenda, is a very important position for the balances of international politics. In times of war, public relations must be kept at high level. The public must be informed about the process. The states may have some institutions and methods that involve secrecy due to their structure. However, the public should obtain information from the first and the most powerful sources, the state's institutions. In the days when many news about the war casualties are being spread, the Russian authorities don't make any statements. The lack of statements from the Russian authorities is seen by the public as a method of evasion. It is interpreted as Moscow authorities evading their responsibilities and not wanting to share the negative aspects of the war with the public. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine is approaching its second year. The war, which has been going on for a long time, has been exhausting for both sides. While Russia's invasion attempt has been met with reactions from the international community, it has also caused major crises. The Ukrainian army, on the other hand, is waging an effective struggle against the Russian army with the support of US and European countries. The recently announced balance sheet shows how destructive the war on the ground is. Ukrainian authorities are sharing daily reports from the front line. The data released by the Ukraine also includes Russian casualties on the front line. Russian casualties, which has been increasing in recent days, are met with surprise in Russia, and the Ukrainian army has also received new reinforcement in recent days. The reinforcement received by the Ukrainian army have features that will affect the destruction of the war. The elements of the make up the Ukrainian army's firepower enable to launch significant attacks on Russian targets. Let's take a look at Russian casualties, Ukrainian targets, and the reinforcements to the Ukrainian army. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Tell us in the comments that what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. The data announced by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense in the past days caused quite resonance. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry continues to disclose important information during the war. The Ukrainian army, which has determined an integrated communication strategy with the public, publishes the developments on the front line on a daily basis in order to inform public. The latest data released by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense shows how the war on the front line is progressing under difficult conditions. The war has been going on for a long time, but there has been no routine in the clashes between the sides. The sides are ready to clash at any moment, and especially the Ukrainian army is planning new operations. The situation of the Ukrainian army looks a little different from the Russian army. Fighting to protect its own country, the Ukrainian army acts with a sense of duty and fulfills the most challenging tasks. The Russian army, on the other hand, has a mixed structure, and there is no motivation to keep people together. For this reason, there are no soldiers to undertake difficult missions. According to information released by the Ukrainian army, Russia lost more than 1,000 soldiers, 51 artillery systems and 72 vehicles in a single day, as Moscow's troops increased pressure on the northeastern fronts. The Ukrainian armed forces released information on Russia's daily losses in statements the other day. He said Russia had lost 1,090 soldiers in the last one day of fighting, bringing Russia's total number of troops casualties to 385,230. At the same time, Russia lost 51 artillery systems and 32 armored personnel carriers, according to figures released by Ukraine. In addition, the Ukrainian military said that the Russian army has lost another 40 vehicle and fuel tanks. Ukrainian forces report 37 attacks on the Donetsk front line and Avdiivka, the Ukrainian military said the previous day. Ukrainian troops also conducted 16 offensive operations around Mariinka, a flat village southwest of Avdiivka, Kiev said. The Ukrainian army's war on multiple fronts is being followed with interest by experts. Military analysis says that due to the Moscow's initiatives, Ukraine is also focusing on the northeastern front line along the Kiev and Kharkiv-Luhansk borders. The head of Ukraine's military intelligence service, LT Gen Krylenko Budanov, The head of Ukraine's military intelligence service told Ukrainian media the other day that Russia hopes to reach the Zherebets River near the Kharkiv and Luhansk borders and that the troops are slowly advancing westward. As the Ukrainian army continues its offensives, it seems to be improving that the new weapons and extra munitions. Recent reports indicate that the Ukrainian army's firepower has received a major boost. The Ukrainian army had gained a significant advantage against Russia thanks to the US support packages. In order to maintain this advantage, it's needed extra ammunition. The expected news come from Ukraine, and new ammunition was sent to the front line. In addition, new production of long-range precision bombs will be provided to the Ukrainian army. According to a new report published the other day, Ukraine will receive new long-range precision bombs that had been tested in the United States. The military aid will improve Kiev's ability to strike deep inside Russian front lines, amid fears of ammunition shortages. With the new munitions, the Ukrainian army will be able to launch attacks deep into Russia. According to the information obtained, the US will send the Ukraine to the first ground-launched small diameter bombs, or GLSDB, with a range of 90 miles. In fact, the deliveries of these munitions to Ukraine has been discussed for a long time. However, the official statements were that the process had to be completed. The Pentagon said in late November that the United States has been sending GLSDB to Ukraine since fall of 2022, but that it was delayed until early 2024, until the tests were successful. These tests were recently conducted in Florida. The GLSDB, a joint venture between Boeing and Swedish manufacturer Saab, brings a new dimension to long-range precision weapons that Kiev can use to strike. The GLSDB the US is donating Kiev will have about twice to the long range of HIMARS, or high-mobility artillery rocket systems. The Ukrainian army's long-range firepower has been met with concern by Russia. Russian troops are concerned about the Ukrainian army's firepower, and this is because the Ukrainian army is carrying out intensive attacks against the occupying Russian troops in the region. With the arrival of new long-range weapons, Russian troops are expected to move their front lines further back. So what do you think about Russia's war losses? Do you think Russia can recover its losses? What do you think about Russia's chances of success if the war losses continue like this? What do you think about Ukraine's longer-range ammunition? Do you think Russian troops will move to the front line further back? We value your opinion. Please share it with us.